We finished adding the doors and windows from steps 3 and 4, and now the next thing we want to do is tag those doors and windows and develop a schedule, a listing of all the necessary doors and all the necessary windows, and some specifications regarding those doors and windows. So the word schedule is just simply a listing of, or you can think of it like a bill of material for a mechanical type part. That's a list of all the windows and a list of all the doors. You may see plumbing, pipe fitting schedules. You may see light fixture schedules, plumbing schedules. A variety of different types of schedules are available. But the first thing I want to do is go to my annotate ribbon in Revit, and I'm going to choose the tag all. So I'm going to let the software automatically tag everything for me. I've got a couple of different tags loaded in my template. Chances are you will only have one door tag and one window tag. So I'm going to select both doors and windows and pick OK, and Revit's going to automatically place some doors and windows tags in there. So you may need to adjust the extension lines of your dimensions so that you can read those tags appropriately, and sometimes you may want to move some of them just out of the door so that you could see those tags a little bit easier. Just get them just where you can see them. There we go. Pretty satisfied with those. And so in our project browser, we can scroll down the list and you should come to schedules and quantities. And notice there's no plus sign to expand schedules and quantities. That means there's nothing there yet. But we're going to left click on schedules and quantities, and then we're going to right mouse click one time and select new schedule. You may be prompted to save your project. If so, go ahead and save it. And we're going to determine the type of schedule we want. We're going to start with the Windows schedule. So we're going to go all the way down to Windows, and we're going to pick OK. And now we're going to make some decisions on about what information we'd like to have in our table. We may change this as we go along, but we're going to start with type mark, and then maybe I want to see the family and the family type. I'd like to see the seal height, and I'd like to see the height of the window, and I'd like to see the width of the window. I'm also going to put in rough height and rough width as well as count. Okay. So I'm going to go to the sorting, and I'm going to sort these by type mark. I'm going to go to the appearance tab. There's one thing that defaults on this schedules, and that's a blank row before the data. I'm going to turn that off, and I'm going to pick OK, and it's going to generate the door schedule. Now this listed every door individually, and I really needed to see a count of how many number 11s and how many 20s. So I'm going to go back in. So my schedule is the property that's selected, and I can pick on sorting and grouping. I can uncheck itemize, and I can put grand totals. I think I can leave that off actually. There we go. So now we have the type marked 11. It's double hung with trim, 36 by 48. Maybe I'm going to take the family type out because we have the sizes already given to us here. So I'm going to remove that from my fields. So I'm going to go to family type and remove that one. I'll pick OK. Now our rough height and rough openings, we typically are going to add 1/2 inch for a rough height and width on our windows. So those are going to be 1/2 inch over what we have here. So we can type those in. That's going to be 4 and then space 0.5. This is going to be 3 and space 0.5. This is going to be 2 and 6.5. This is going to be 3 and 0.5. So we can type those in, or we could develop a calculated field to do that as well. Another thing that I might want to do just to kind of make this a little more attractive is to center justify all of those. And so that's going to be under formatting, and I can select all these fields. I think I can select all of them at once and do an alignment center, and now all the text is center justified. So that schedule looks fine to place on my drawing, so I'm pretty happy with that. The next thing I might want to do is go ahead and create a door schedule. So again, I'm going to right click on schedules and quantities. I'm going to select new, and this time I'm going to select door schedule from the list, and I'm going to put the similar type information in there. So I'm going to look for the type mark. I'm going to look for the family, and again I'll add family type. I might want to change that a little later. I'm going to put in the height and width. I'm going to put in the rough height and rough width. There's all sorts of other information that we could put in there, including the finish, the fire rating, the materials. A lot of information that we could add, but I'm going to go ahead and go with that. Again, I'm going to sort by type mark. I don't want to itemize each instance. I'm going to pick OK. And so this is that blank row of data that I was talking about that I didn't care for at all. So I'm going to go back into Appearance, and under the Appearance tab I'm going to uncheck blank row of data. So it looks like we're doing pretty good there. We've got the family as being the family type. Again, I think I probably am going to take the family and type out because we have the sizes given to us in the table and we have the family type. So I'm going to take the family and type out, go back into the fields, family and type, remove. I'm going to go back to the appearance, or formatting actually. We want to center justify these just like we did before, so I'm going to select all the fields, center justify, pick OK. And the rough height for our doors is generally 2.5 inches higher than the opening. So this one's going to be 2 inches above this would be 610.5. So that's going to be 610.5. Which this one's also going to be 610.5. 6 space 10.5. 6 space 10.5. So this one's going to be 7 space 2.5. And for the rough width, we're going to add 2 inches to the rough width. So the rough width of this one is going to be 4.2, 9.2, 3.2, 2.10, and 2.5. And now my door schedule looks great. It'll go into my drawing just fine. So that's how we create our schedules. Later videos will show you how to set up the drawings, get it all into the drawing, but you have a nice schedule that's ready to go there. If you have any questions, give me a call. Thanks.